Hello, my name is Talise Murphy, and I've created a podcast dedicated to two of the major events that Wilfrid Laurier accomplished in his time of being Prime Minister of Canada. It represents the causes and consequences. Two major things Wilfrid Laurier accomplished was the beginning of two provinces, Alberta and Saskatchewan, and he himself being first Prime Minister that was French in Canada. Land that now forms Saskatchewan and Alberta was originally the Northwest Territories. This changed because the people in Canada wanted it to change. This was directly caused by the economy changing. Directly, a cause was instead of just the fur trade, there was now farming, logging, mining, and the railway. Many people traveled to the territories for these new industries, and they believed this larger population deserved the same land of government as Ontario, Quebec, and other provinces. An indirect cause behind this was that they couldn't afford everything that people needed, such as schools. In forming new provinces, they would be able to collect taxes to pay for these things. During this, even though population was high, immigration and settlement were still continued to be pushed for. Canada was continuing to develop as Laurier, as Prime Minister, had predicted. Canada was ever growing from sea to sea, as the way the land is formed has not changed. Saskatchewan is still treeless and vast, and still prime for growing wheat. The plains of Saskatchewan are perfect for farming, still to this day. Wilfrid Laurier was Canada's first French Prime Minister. The consequence of that was now people viewed the bilingualism in the country differently. People at first felt skeptical about having a French Prime Minister, but Laurier continued to inspire Canadians and prove himself. He was in office for 15 years, one of the longest time frames anyone has ever been in office. This caused the establishment of Alberta and Saskatchewan as provinces, as well as create the Royal Canadian Navy through proposing the Naval Service Act bill. Some citizens were alarmed at the idea of a French Prime Minister, still as French bilingualism was a large dispute and not everyone agreed. But this caused Laurier to prove himself to be one smart, compromising man who is now known to be a large asset to Canada. He helped Canada continue to grow, and it still today continues on to be one of the best places to live. His beliefs have carried to the present and surely the future. Laurier believed in peace, harmony, and freedom in the country, and our citizens today continue to do so, and this was the consequence of Laurier being Prime Minister, and it is very direct.